Amazing. Okay, slowly come out of it, neutralize the spine, start to unfurl, come through, wide straddle T, bend the left knee, take it step by step until we really get it. So we first get the hip open, and then we're going to allow the right hip to rise, the bottom of the foot will find the inner thigh, the right hand slides up a little bit higher, left arm can let go. So keep your arm wrapped around and find the leg loop instead of the swing. Keep your arm wrapped around, go back around the swing, yeah, and yeah, there you go, perfect. It's easy to lose that anchor. We're not going to go far, but we always, because if we wanted to do a flip or something and we lost our hook, then we'd be like, whoops. So we just get into the habits, we master the basics, and then from there we build the more advanced on top of it. So we keep pushing the hips towards me, and the knee points down towards the ground, and you get this big stretch. Awesome, guys. Beautiful. Come back through center. So we're going to just allow ourselves to come into chillaxin. Chillaxin arms, open up the legs wide. Just hang out here for a breath. You can wiggle a little bit from side to side. Just be mindful of the feet and the head and all those things that are working together. All the body parts. Good, guys. Okay. Let's bend both knees one more time. So instead of wrapping around, we're going to open up to the wide T, keep the hug around the swing, reach as high as you can on the leg loops. Yeah, good. So we wiggle our hands up, keep our feet together. So this is our foundation. Oh, okay, it's all right. Thank you for reminding me. You're like, that's it. So can you bring your other foot to meet your left? Thank you. Yeah, don't go further than what the left wants to go, and then eventually it'll come in a little. Keep them together though, because this is a nice hold. So if your legs are, is that okay? Great. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually mimic you because it feels better on my knee too. Keep them a little bit wider. If you want to pull them in, it's okay. The idea is we push the hips up towards the sky and we lean back. And when we lean back, we're going to stretch the arms and shoulders and front of the neck. It's like amazing. So this is flying monkey. Yeah, natural ums and sighs happen here. Just let those happen.
Put pressure to make the feet go together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's your foundation.
Your hands down?
No, keep the hands as high as possible. Yes, and then lift the chest and lean back. Good. So knees stay wide, that's beautiful. If it feels good, you're in the right place. Okay, slowly lower down. We're going to open it up, flex the feet back. So we can come into our hamstring stretches again just by pulling in. So that's one move. We can come into like a version of bow and arrow. So let's go ahead and bend the knee. Just doing a little bit of playtime now. Yep. Switch again. So you're shooting the arrow out through the pointed foot. Right? Beautiful. Nice, guys. Okay. So the more advanced stuff that we would do, I know, give the hands a little break. It's a lot to hold on for so long. Shake it out. So let's bend the knees, bring the bottoms of the feet together. There you go, you guys fit perfect. Let's do one more flying monkey and then a variation from there. So try hooking the heel. Just notice the difference if you hook the heel. There you go. It won't slide as much. Okay, up. So it's very common to grab onto the swing instead of the leg loop, so we have to reach forward for the stabilizers of the leg loops, feet together. Yeah. So reach forward. There you go, hon. Okay. Push the hips up, lean back, flying monkey. And now you're going to pull yourself up, open your legs wide, and do a couple bicep curls. So wide straddle bicep. Reach up higher. If you want, yeah, reach up as high as you can. So the nubs are really nice for this one. But just do some wide straddle bicep curls. 3 of them if you can. I know, they're hard, but with the feet hooked, it's actually a little easier. Eventually, I'm telling you, fun fitness, it's the way to go. You'll totally get in shape and get plenty of muscle, but it was an accidental workout. Okay, from here we could do all kinds of other variations, but we're just going to let it go. Okay, see if you can do a little bit of a gentle windshield wiper, but come through the forearm press so your head is up. And just sway it out a little. There you go. There you go. Good job, my dear. Yeah, controlled swimming. Nice. All right, guys. Very good. Okay, so last thing that we did in our vinyasa flow, we've done half of it. We can keep our feet where we are, which is fine. We can also keep it bunched up at the ankles. So from our wide straddle T, we come into star. And from star, we're going to squeeze the legs together and squeeze the hands together, bend the elbows, come into prayer, and then push the hips up for reverse namaste. And then from here, remember we had one more pose that we did. We're going to hold on to the swing, let the upper body be heavy, slide the swing down into the waist. And you can stay holding on, or if you feel comfortable, you can bring your hands down to the ground, palms up, straight arms for ladle. So in our ladle pose, we're going to drain the energy out from the fingertips to the toes. Squeeze the legs together, nice long lines of energy, palms up. Turn your palms up, thank you. Feel the difference in the shoulders? Yeah. Nice long line of energy, and just hang out here for a couple breaths. This is going to be our only inversion for the floating Buddha sequence today.
So, question.
Yes?
You're pushing the femur down into the heels?
I have
Just
weight in my
resting?
legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very engaged, but that's just kind of how I like to do the pose. Like my whole lower body is working,
Gotcha.
my upper body's completely relaxed. I have my glutes working.
Your glutes are really working.
Well, not really working, but I am pushing my hips up to push my hips up, pushing everything else down from the legs down. Good question. Squeeze your legs together a little bit more above so you can really feel it. There you go.
Gotcha.
So that's how you get the internal rotation of the legs, is squeezing them together. Otherwise you're going to flare out and it's going to be externally rotating, which is compressing the sacrum. Okay? Really beautiful, guys. Nice. And we can still relax in that but be engaged, right? So my whole lower body's working, but I'm not creating any tension. As opposed to just kind of sinking. And then we're going to swim the arms back up. Hold on. Come on out. All right, so that's pretty much all of the floating Buddha sequence. There's all kinds of variations we can do from there. But let's go ahead and transition. We're going to leave the left leg in. We're going to take the right leg out. We're going to come into some of the one-legged postures. Okay? So it's okay to have the foot hooked. If it's at the ankle, you're going to feel a little bit more support. I'm bringing my knee down to begin. And then I just sway. I like to use this as like a little marionette, you know, so my hand is extended. So what I want to do here is lubricate the hip joint, right? So I'm going to go to the edge, I'm going to come back around, and then go to the edge again, and just be really gentle with learning how to trust the rotation in the hip. So it's not jamming it back, it's really, so my hip bone is going to roll forward and then roll back. Does that make sense? Can you see my hip bone rolling forward and back?
Yeah.
So it's not just the leg swinging forward, it's actual rotation in the hip. Yeah, totally different. You feel the difference? It's amazing in there. So that just takes a little time, and if there's any sort of force, then you won't get that rotation. So the intrinsic muscles will be sleeping and the big muscles will be working. Okay, good. So we're going to be nice and easy about these ones, and what we're going to do is incorporate hammock into this one. So restorative number 1 is called hammock. So hammock is one of the world-class favorites. So I'm going to use my choo-choo train. So I do my wrist wrap and I pull down here. So see how my fingers are pointed towards me? My elbows straight down. Then I can pull my knee up. So this is another way to do gentle core. So knee touches down gently. We're not landing yet. We're going to keep the core engaged the whole time. So notice I'm actually pressing down through the whole back of the leg here too. So there's a lot of engagement, and then I can pull the leg up. I'm going to thread. So you can just get the foot in there, that's fine. I like to thread, and so I create like a little bit of an X so that I have a cushion. Yeah, good job. Yeah, it feels a little bit better on the ankles that way. Okay, I'm going to lift the hips and lean back. We can actually spread this out a little bit if you need a little bit more comfort. Make sure it's not tangled, but it's nice to have some variations. If you really want to get comfortable, you just spread it all the way to your bum, and it's a much easier hammock pose. Okay. I use the other leg loop underneath my arms, so you can put it on like a t-shirt. So we put it around both arms, and it's going to wind up in the upper back. This is the full hammock pose. Yep, you got it. Can be a little tough like a t-shirt to get on too. There you go. And then I like chillaxin arms here. Bring it down a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. And then if you want to do a supported back bend, you can bring your arms up overhead and lean. So hammock is one of those poses you want to hang out in for like 3 to 5 minutes to get all the yummy goodness.
And are you moving your hips up straight or just letting them fall?
You know, there's 2 different variations, and I like to stay in, so when you get the swing underneath you, it pushes your hips up for you.
Oh, I see.
If you have the swing bunched up, then you can drop the hips, which gives you a little bit more of an arch,
Yeah.
or you can engage and push the hips up yourself. So lots of different ways to do it here. I like the hips up just because I like the long line of energy. It's like a plank. Yeah, so arms can be open wide. That looks beautiful, Carol. So my other favorite is just fishtailing, really jumping from side to side here, like little tiny micro movements to get that undulation through the spine. Feels really good. Very nice. Okay, so what we're going to do is change to the neck. So the leg loop that's behind the arms is going to wiggle up. Just hold on to the top of it. Get it right across the occipital ridge. And then you can tuck your chin into your chest. I like to pull straight out with my hands. So my hands are supporting my head, and I'm actually tractioning out. Does that make sense? Not up, but out. And that's a nice stretch for the cervical spine. You can drop your hips a little bit here to get a little bit deeper.
So wait.
Does everybody feel good?
I don't think I have it. So, oh, I see, like that.
Yeah, so tuck your chin in slightly, and then just pull straight out. So it's a real gentle stretch on the neck. We don't want
Which
too much.
Which direction is out? That way.
Yeah, straight out of the spine.
Oh,
Just got a little. The goal is to get a millimeter of space in between the cervical vertebrae. Just the teeniest little pull will feel a tremendous amount of relief. If we pull too hard, we get the kind of like the recoiling effect, and it contracts against it. But just a tiny lift and pull out, and you get so much space. It's amazing. And that's like cranial sacral work. Beautiful, guys. All right, so take that off the neck. Unfurl. Let's go ahead and land it. How did that feel?
cool.
Amazing?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to come back to our one-legged. We're going to bring the right foot into a lunge. Bend the knee in. This is another way to do the pigeon. Wrap both hands around. You can do the I Dream a Genie from here. You can lift up. Yep, just a little bit. Nice. Really fun. So all the poses that we did when we were standing, we can do here. Let's just try one of my favorites, which is the, it's like a version of Nataraj. It's the quad stretch. So we have to keep holding on. This is our anchor. So keep holding on to the leg loop, bend the knee to get it. Reach up as high as you can. So from pigeon, we turn it over the other way. So pull the knee in, turn it over, walk it out. So we have a nice long line of energy here, toes pointing towards the side. Now either pull in or hook with your elbow if you can get it. There you go. Okay? Nice. This is going to help you a lot, just using your weight to drop really slow and gentle. Can you wiggle your toes forward a little bit more so you're under your plumb line? Good. Really nice, guys. Awesome.